Okay, Max here. I got some great friends, and guess what? We have breaking news.
Okay. You hurt those toys, Max.
The toys are fine. I still have them all. This stuff we have to listen. Grace Randolph, my pal Grace, that I always support, a veteran of the movie talk punditry, one of the OGs, the GOAT, is on Twitter, and this is what I want to get from reaction on this quick video. Does this change anything for you, knowing about, unfortunately, now there's also lots of viewers that say, why are we still talking about this? Well, unfortunately, when it goes to the mainstream, we have a duty to cover it too, and what this means for everyone in the industry, because this has changed things. Lines were crossed. I think we can all say we're still fans of Will Smith. We wish him the best. But you can't just go status quo after this. I'm sorry. In my opinion, you can't just leave it go the way it is without addressing some things. But here's the Grace tweet that we're going to cover in this quick video. So she tweets out, and this is Variety. That's legit. I did not know this. I just looked on Twitter. This could be tough to recover from. Does it change how you feel at all? And I'm giving you a preview. For me, yeah, it does. Because that's not the only thing he did wrong that night. If he did that, but then he was privately asked by the Academy to leave the ceremony and refused. According to Variety, Will Smith was asked to leave the Oscars, but refused. Now, we're not going to read the whole article because this is a short vid. But now, how did I want to ask each person, do you think the Academy did the right thing by not pursuing it further? If he asked, he would not. I think if he was asked, he should have accommodated. And then if the Academy would have pushed it further, that could have been potentially even created something on the outside. I mean, look what happened, how volatile the world has been with protesting, and I'm not even going to say the other word, but you know what some of that led to. Oh yeah. If he was asked to leave and refused, that could have been a huge ordeal. So I don't blame the Academy for not pushing it further after he refused. So I guess we'll go to my pal Brian first. Does this change things on how you feel about it? Is that even more something needs to be done? He refused to leave when he was asked.
I mean, yeah, it definitely adds a little bit more to it. I mean, I can see why they wouldn't want to make a scene, as it were.
Yeah, that could have escalated very quickly.
It could have, it had been a bad pun for the Oscars in general. But I think, knowing this, it just kind of, like, I don't know, man. It just, this whole situation stinks to high heaven, man. Like, just from any angle you look at it, I mean, there's no winners here. Unfortunately,
unfortunately, this is worse.
It's a shame. Yeah, I know. It just makes it worse. It's like,
yeah. I guess we'll go with Enosh next, and I'm really looking forward to Jack's take. But Enosh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, this is the opposite of what they said originally, because originally they said that they did not have time to react to it, that everybody was kind of jumbled up, and they were trying to figure out what to do. Look, this is a very unfortunate situation all the way around, and a lot of people are very divided on it. But my take on it is look, if you are a guest, and that's the thing, is he's a guest at the Oscars. This is also a workplace environment kind of thing.
Yes, because just like if we did something in a workplace.
Nobody's been really talking about that angle. We touched on it a little bit on our channel the other night. But it's a workplace thing. I mean, Chris Rock was working, he was doing his job, as a presenter. And so I don't know, man, if you're asked to leave, you should leave. That should be it. I think it would have probably caused a huge hole in the show if then he wins, obviously he was winning, best actor, and then he's not there, so I don't know if they're scrambling for things still and trying to figure out what happened, and maybe we're still getting a little bit of misinformation. I think that's the important thing about why they're doing the investigation. And I think it's the 18th. Is it the 16th or the 18th of April? They're going to announce their decision. They said they're going to take, a couple of weeks and figure out what happened. do an investigation and figure out what needs to be done. I don't think that his Oscar should be taken away. I don't think that that's even on the table. I don't think that they want to do that. But I think we're probably going to see some kind of censure, where, he won't be able to vote, with the Academy. He won't be. I even saw some things where like he wouldn't be eligible for an award. So like he could literally put in the best performance of his life in the next 3 years, maybe, and just not be eligible. There's a lot of things like that. But look, the behavior, it was a bad joke. It was an unfortunate situation that happened, and it was a horrible way to react to it. To get up, you just never have the right to hit somebody and put your hands on somebody like that. And it's just I think it's a thing that we can all learn just to better control ourselves.
But refusing to, that's just another level. That's refusing to comply with wishes of the establishment you're in.
I'm interested to hear more on that.
That's another level. I'm sorry.
Well, then you're talking about having to be escorted out.
Yeah.
Like, and if that was the case, like, why didn't they escort him out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
why didn't they have security?
There's potential. I don't blame the Academy for not pursuing it further and doing it more so after the fact to bring to de-escalate. Honestly, you want to de-escalate if someone's refusing to leave their big star, and then they have a big following and they're not going to be quiet about it. Yeah. This could result in, unfortunately, how divided the world is. Not to get into politics, this could have escalated into something worse. Yeah. If he is out there saying they wouldn't let me stay, they wouldn't let me accept my best, and potentially even being, I don't even want to say it, they were prejudiced, they wouldn't let me get my award, especially with the angle of the 2016 where Jada's like, and I respect them for this, that we don't have enough representation in nominations, and I finally get my award and I'm not allowed. That's a lot of different angles that could coincide for a perfect storm, and I hate to use that word, of chaos. That would have, I do not blame them for just letting it happen and then trying to do this after the fact. And I don't want to treat the Academy like villains either. They've done horrible things. And for my pal Jack, it's about time I got to drive it with Jack. I can't wait for your take. And Jack, let me know when you want to do a video.
Yeah. I think it was a soft ass. Mr. Smith, we would feel comfortable if he left. It's like, I'm leaving. They're like, okay. Because given where we are in the culture, you had probably the most diverse Oscars ever. You had not just one or two black actors and actresses. You had a lot of them. You had two African-American ladies co-hosting. The optics, I can understand why the Academy would, the optics of it, even though what he did was wrong, of armed men or secure men escorting Will Smith out, it would have created a whole other controversy. We wouldn't even be talking about the slap because people were recording during the commercial break. And if that were to be seen, Will Smith being either strong-armed or like, you have to leave and sir, you have to come with us, and Jada it would have created a whole other mess. So I think it was I'm glad they asked, but I also understand that everything they've been trying to do the last couple of years, talk about inclusion, all this stuff, the image of him being escorted out, even though what he did was wrong, would have created a whole other story, a whole other problem. We wouldn't even be talking about the slap. We would have been like, would they have done that to a white guy? And the conversations would have changed. I also feel this is like after the fact. Oh, yeah, we asked him. And I'm like, did they? Like, it feels like they're saying that because they kind of have to say, oh, yeah, we actually did ask him to leave. Because the video that we saw that someone recorded from the balcony, we saw Denzel, Tyler Perry, Bradley Cooper talking to him. I didn't see anyone go up to him like, Mr. Smith, you're going to have to leave. And I don't think Denzel or Bradley or any other actors would have been happy about that. In fact, that you might have had some winners go on the stage and say, Will Smith should not be escorted out here. It would have created a whole other mess.
It's the world is divided now on this topic as much as politics, really. Like people, it's really.
I think it too. It's a divide of people like who want to say, well, I understand where he's coming from, and I would have done it too. That's great. There's a time absolutely to defend one's honor. There's a time that you have to get physical, right? Like if there was a physical altercation, I would not have a problem with what he did. The problem is you are at a ceremony, you are at a professional place that is your work. You cannot just act any way that you want to act. There's a certain decorum and there's a certain way that you should present yourself. And that just was not upheld. And, that and the law. I mean, they're looking into California law as to what needs to be done. I mean, look, I'm glad Chris Rock didn't press charges But the reality is he could have.
True.
You know, that's the law. You if you assault somebody, that's assault. And you did it in front of millions of people all over the world, out in the open. You know, that's there's losing your temper, and there's defending your wife's honor or your spouse's honor or whatever. And then there's just taking it too far. And you know, time will tell.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that's actually all I had on this quick topic, but it's not done for you viewers. Let us know in the comment section below. Does this change anything for you? Do you think Grace is right? What do you think about what the Academy did? What do you think about Will and him refusing to leave? I love Will Smith. I want him to succeed. I'm very happy he finally got his award. This is very unfortunate. I hope there's a path forward for everyone. And don't forget to support both this channel and the Poindexter Pantheon, where you can find Brian Masterman 10 Forward jiving with Jack and hanging with Enosh on the lounge all the time. So if you want to see us collaborate more like this in single videos on their channels as well, let us know. We want the feedback, right? Tell us.
That's
everyone.
right. And Max is taking it to the max.
Yes, and I'm taking it to the max this Saturday. Hopefully, I have a music guest, a music YouTuber. So, well, he said yes. I'll see if we can confirm that. But there's great things coming. Let's all stick together. We will succeed. We'll succeed if we stick together. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for checking out this quick topic. Bye, everyone.